Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Felicia.
And I'm Tay.
And we're the trainers.
So pretty much y'all, in this video, I said in the intro video that we had some exciting news. So y'all, the exciting news is we pregnant with our second set of twins. So that make baby number 5 and number 6. So pretty much we're gonna come to with this video today as a sit down, basically giving y'all our thoughts on the whole process and you know how we feel about certain situations and everything that came about. So that being said, we're gonna get started with this.
Okay, so how I knew or thought I was pregnant. So I was a daily working out and I just started noticing that I was just getting like dizzy and faint. And something just, I mean, I'm not new to being pregnant, so I know when I should kind of like slow down and pace myself, but I also knew this was a familiar feeling. So I think I remember telling you one morning, I was like, I don't know if I should actually work out today, but I didn't fully tell him like why or what was like going on with me per se, because he kind of just freaks out, or he won't even say anything. He's just like, oh, okay, she playing.
Well, no, let me say this though. I will say when she told me that she wasn't working out, in my mind I was like, oh Lord, like please don't tell me that she pregnant, because she worked out every single day. So when she came and told me that, I was like, fuck man, like, oh Lord, this ain't a good sign. So I did say something at that point, but normally, yeah, I don't say nothing. But when she said that, guys, I pretty much knew what the situation was somewhat, but I didn't want to say nothing.
And also because remember I started craving my pregnancy foods and snacks again.
That too, but I was kind of ignoring that, taking that her dad was getting to her and she, you know, she was just hungry. But
yeah,
it is what it is, guys.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm kind of bad when it comes to the snacking. So when I be on my diet, I don't really stick with like eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm pretty much like a healthy snacker, pretty much. But I started asking him to go out and get
all types of shit.
Yeah, so he was kind of like looking at me funny, but I was just like, no, get what I'm telling you to get. I don't need you trying to keep me on track. Just get what I'm telling you to get. So I didn't really think too much of it, but then I was like, okay, damn, this been going on for a few days now and I can't get back on track. So I think another morning I was like, well damn, I just don't think I can physically push myself to work out, because again, like when I'm working out, he's asleep and the kids are up and you know working out with me sometimes just on and off. And I was like, I hate to have to pass out or something, and you know, so I was just like, babe, you think when you wake up you can go give me a pregnancy test? So he was just like, well, say what you say. I mean, you was just like, what?
Well, at first I was like, hell nah, in my mind, because I'm like, nah, this ain't about to be. But then I saw she was serious. I was like, all right, fuck it. When I wake up, if she still says she didn't work out or it was hard for her to work out, I'm just gonna go and go get that pregnancy test. And damn it, when I woke up, she told me that, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I went to CVS, got the pregnancy test, and then I came back in and gave it to her.
Wait. So hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Let's just give you the backstory. So y'all know we have 4 kids already, right? Anaya Delonte Jr., they're twins, and then Ariana and Damari. So we already knew we didn't want any more. Like we weren't trying to get pregnant with any more.
And to top it all off, guys, I got a vasectomy back in May. So I damn sure ain't want no more kids. But
yeah, so he actually scheduled his vasectomy right after I pretty much gave birth to Damari. But the pandemic hit and they canceled it because you know it's an elective, they consider it an elective procedure. So they canceled it, and then once things started opening up again, he rescheduled, and I think it was like what, like December? It was somewhere like November,
December, yeah. But they canceled it again. So.
They canceled it again, and then things reopened back up. They gave him a call. They put him on a wait list, gave him a call, and then the earliest they had was a May 14th, 15th appointment, which he took, and it stuck. But at this point, when we're finding out, it's like April. So anywho, so like I'm saying, we weren't at all trying to get pregnant. Not that we were really trying with Ari or Damari. We just, God blessed us. But we knew we weren't trying to have necessarily any more blessings, you know what I mean? Four is a lot. Plus it was during the pandemic. It was a lot, okay? So, like he said, he brought me the pregnancy test. I actually go to the bathroom in the cup, and then I do my test. So, I had it in the cup, took it out the wrapper, stuck it in. And if anyone's ever taken a test, you know, like it takes like maybe 1 second for you to actually, from the time you dip it, it takes like a second or two for the urine to, like you can see it absorbing in the stick. So, and normally when it does that, it will absorb, and then that at the far right, it will be that, is the right? I think it's the, well, one of those sides is just like that, the line that's supposed to come, the baseline, I guess you can say. And with this one, the pregnancy line, like literally as you saw the urine going, I started seeing the your pregnant line come first. So I was like, uh-oh. Well, we're pregnant, but I'm like, well, how come that line came before the baseline came? Because, you know, it takes, like it says on the box, like 3 minutes for you to like get your result. But this one literally came, I swear, as soon as it just came immediately. So I was just like, I think he was downstairs with the kids, and I was like, well, babe, come on up. So he came up. Go with you.
Yeah, look. I came upstairs, she showed me the stick and it said pregnant. I'm like, man, hell no. So I took the second pregnancy test because it came with 2. So I opened the second one up, dipped it in the pee that she already had in the cup, and literally, I kid you not, when I took the stick out, the last lit up within 5 seconds. So in my mind, I'm like, man, fuck. But I also was thinking too, from the first set of twins we had, when she dipped the stick, it lit up just like that too. So I wasn't trying to speak it, but I was in my mind, I'm like, man, this probably twins again, because the first set of twins, it popped up quick just like that. With Ari and Damari, it didn't pop up as fast, but it still popped up, but it took some time. So pretty much when I stuck it in there, took it out, the shit already said pregnant, the 2 lines came up, and I'm just like, man. But the whole time in my mind, I didn't say nothing to her, but in my mind I'm thinking like, fuck, this may be twins. I even told people at work, like, man, I think this shit twins, but you know, I was just trying to hope that it was just one, but it ended up being twins. And you know, that's I mean, kids are a blessing, but 4 kids, 1 set of twins, now the second set of twins, 6 kids. I mean, Lord, it's just like, you know, things gonna be a little harder, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, I mean, and like how you said, I reflected back on our first set, and it was similar, but I was like, well, maybe I'm further along than what I think. I don't know, because I only had 1 period after I gave birth to Mari. And I was like, well, maybe, you know, maybe I'm just further along. Because I know they say, like, it's possible to get pregnant without having a period. So I was just holding out. Just, you know, let's just not speak it. Let's just, maybe I'm further along than I think. So, immediately, well, no, not immediately. I think I waited like a day or 2 to actually call my OBGYN office. To try to schedule an appointment. Now, like I said before, it was or is still during the pandemic, so it's a little different. So this time around, I actually had to, it's 2 calls or 2 appointments you technically have to make before you have your confirmation appointment, doctor's appointment in person. So I actually had to do a Zoom call with a nurse, then set up another appointment to have another nurse at the actual office to call me on the telephone to go over some things, and then they set me up with an appointment. And at that point, it was like, since it's the pandemic, we actually have our moms to come in at like 10 weeks instead of like 8. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you know, they always ask you, how far along do you think you are? And I was just like, well, I don't really know, but no, I just gave them my last cycle date. And we just went off of that. So they scheduled it 10, 11. I think mine was actually 11 weeks out. But they scheduled it, so we waited. I mean, I didn't say anything to anyone. I never tell people that I'm pregnant. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it just is what it is. But waited till the appointment day. Finally came, and we got, well, I go in because again it's the pandemic, so him and the kids is outside waiting in the car. So no, actually I think I brought Anaya in.
Yeah, you took Anaya with you.
So me and Anaya went in, and with my doctor, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but they do the ultrasound first and then you meet with the doctor. So we went, me and Anaya went in, we met, we did the ultrasound, and it's the same lady I normally have. So it's just like, oh, welcome back, and you know, we just talking and chit-chatting or whatever. But yeah, so she was just like, oh, where's your husband, you know, just going through all that. But so I sit on the table, and she's just like, she picks up the probe, and she's like, wait, what do we think we're having? And I'm just like, we're hoping for a singleton. Because you know, I tell her that every time. I mean, it's like a little joke, I think, between, you know, us. It's like, well, you already had twins, so every pregnancy I come back with, it's like, what do you think you're having? You think it's twins again? Did you guys strike again? And we're just like, no. We're hoping for one. And she was like, it's crazy because all this week I just been having so many people come in with twins, and I'm like, good for them. I already had mindset. So she puts the probe on me, and immediately I was just like, oh God. Like, I already knew, like looking at it, going through it before, I knew it was twins. So she was just like, ah, like she was like, she was happy for us obviously, but she was just dying laughing. It was the funniest thing to her. She was just like, oh my God, are you ready for this? This is going to make it like what? She, you know, she has to keep count too. I'm like, this would make 6. And she was like, she gave her opinion. Obviously they're all happy. It wasn't nothing negative or nothing like that, but she was just like, you're a lot calmer than I thought you would be. And for me, I'm just like, well, what you gonna do at this point? You know what I mean? I'm pregnant, ain't nothing I can really do. But I was just like, oh my God. And she was like, are you gonna FaceTime your husband? Are you going? And I was like, nah, I think this may be a private conversation type thing. Because she had a student in there with her. So I was like, nah, I think this is gonna, let me digest it. I think this is gonna be a private conversation. Not that I was expecting like a horrible reaction, nothing out of him. But if you know him, you know. So his first initial outburst, everybody ain't gonna accept, but I know his heart. So I was just like, I was just in disbelief, to be honest. I was just sitting there, and it was crazy. I ended up telling my dad before I went to the appointment, and he was just like, oh, it's gonna be twins. And I'm like, yeah, okay, daddy, ain't no twins up in here. I don't even speak that into existence. But like, yeah, she told me it was twins from the ultrasound, and doctor came in, and they're like, do you have any questions? I mean, I know you've been through it before, but it's a little different this time because they're actually in the same sac this time, whereas obviously my son and daughter, they were fraternal, obviously, so they're in separate sacs. But I mean, either way, once you put that probe down, I think going through it with the other twins, it's like, it was too big. Like the sac, it was just too big. Like I already knew. I didn't even have to see them yet. I already knew it was twins. So I was just like, I am going to tell him when I get in the car. But I thought he was going to like think it was a joke. Or that I was like gonna try to like, not prank him, because we don't really do that. But I thought he
into that type
yeah.
Of stuff. Nah, none of that.
But I thought he would be like, nah. So I came back in the car, and I think I just gave you the ultrasound.
Yeah, you sat it down on the armrest. So pretty much, y'all. I mean, my thoughts on that. Like I said, I kind of knew it was twins from the previous twin pregnancy, and I just didn't want to say nothing. But I kind of really started really knowing, because every ultrasound with every pregnancy I was there. But being as though it's the pandemic, then on top of that we got 4 kids now, so I'm pretty sure they wouldn't let me in there with 4 kids.
Yeah.
So, you know, I stayed in the truck, but I ran a couple errands. And normally, like I said, I'm in there with her, so there's no texting me or nothing because I'm there. But this time I ran a couple errands, and I'm like, damn, she still ain't text me yet. So I'm like, fuck, either it's some real bad news or something going wrong, or it's some shit she wanted to wait to tell me. So I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm not gonna text her because I know she in there. But damn, I ain't getting no text, but she was there. So I'm like, okay. As soon as I came back around to the doctor's office, she texted and she said, you're gonna laugh when I tell you that. And once she told me that, I was like, okay, what's the fucking worst that's gonna happen? She's gonna say she's pregnant with twins. So when she came out the hospital, I was looking through the window and I saw her facial expression. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this twins. I already know it. And then when she came in the car, she just set it down. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty brutal when it comes to responses, because I don't play around a lot, so I can be straight with a lot of stuff. But at the same time, like she said, she know my heart, and sometimes I may say something a little off at first, but then as time go on, I come back and I realize and I correct myself. But pretty much, y'all, I mean, once I saw the ultrasound and she told me that it was the same sac, so it's pretty much gonna be the same sex, I'm like, well, hell, it don't even matter at this point. We got 2 boys and we got 2 girls already. So regardless if it's 2 boys, regardless if it's 2 girls, I mean, it ain't gonna change the fact that it's twins and it's 2 more kids. So, I mean, you know, my feelings really didn't change from when she said she was pregnant to the ultrasound, because like I told you, I already kind of had an idea that it was twins. It was just confirmation. So seeing that was like, okay, now my mindset shifted to, well, damn, now we gotta get another truck, because the truck that we got is a walkthrough and it only holds 3 booster seats and Damari's car seat. So now it's like, okay, I was hoping that it was 1 so we didn't have to trade the truck back in, because we just got it in February of 2021. So, you know, that was gonna be our final family truck. But I was hoping it was 1 so we didn't have to trade it in or whatnot. But it ended up being 2, so I was like, damn, we gotta trade that in. Then we got a house, we got a townhome, which is a 3-bedroom, and we got a basement. But eventually, maybe in a few years, 4 or 5 years, we was gonna move anyway, but it's like now we damn sure gotta move in like at least 4 to 5 years, because our room, Damari and Delonte share a room, and Anaya and Ari share a room, and then you got 2 more babies, which gonna be in a room with us for like the first year or 2. So, you know, it's like, okay, we're gonna need more space. And then the whole thought process of, man, okay, we got 3 kids that's about to go to school this year, but Damari's not gonna be in school, so I work at night, so I'm here with him during the day while my wife at work during the day. So it's gonna be me, Damari, and the 2 twin babies once my wife go back to work, and then on top of picking them up from school and all of that. So I was thinking about all of that type of stuff, and it's like, you know, nobody made the situation but us. That's what I tell myself now, to try to keep positive and, you know, be like, man, like 6 kids. I mean, I know there's people out here had 8 kids at one time, 6 kids at one time, but when it's you, it's like, man, like damn, like, you know, you got to go through this. And like I said, other people got more kids than us, and hats off to them for doing what they doing. But like I said, at the end of the day, this is our situation, and we just wanted to come to y'all today to share that news and let y'all know that we expecting our 2nd set of twins, and it's baby number 5 and 6. So, you know, that being said, you know, subscribe to the channel. You want to grow with us, watch the whole pregnancy journey with the twins, the 2nd set of twins. Watch our family do different things, different activities. Like I said, we ain't into all that foolish stuff, none of that fake stuff. Everything on this channel is 100% real. I ain't got time for the dumb stuff. She ain't got time for the dumb stuff. We hardworking people, loving family. You know, everything is real and raw over here. So, you know, if you like that type of stuff, you know, subscribe to the channel. You can grow with us, watch out different milestones, different life achievements with the kids, even with ourselves. We, like I said in the intro video, we've been married 9 years. In September 27th, will be 9 years we've been married. So, you know, it's been a long time coming, but things got better over the years. So now it's just time to strap down and get this process started with these final set of twins because, like I said, I got a vasectomy. Ain't nothing else coming up out of here. And October I go to make sure all my sperm is gone as far as like being able to have more kids because I ain't want no more kids, y'all. So 6 is damn sure enough for me. So if she decide to have other kids in the long run, God forbid we not together no more, and she decide that's on her. But me, personally, I'm done with 6. So that being said, y'all, like I said, turn the notification bell on. We're gonna be posting every Monday and Friday, and you know, come along for this ride. That being said, we see y'all in the next video.
Bye.